Please join with me as we invite the Lord's presence with us tonight. Father, between the time of counting blessings and the time of counting presents in the tree, we pause at this time to acknowledge the blessing of the gift of education and the blessings that flow from a life that is lived from true wisdom. The wisdom found in you, as Solomon reminds us, that there is no greater wisdom than to acknowledge and to honor you in our lives. As these who are marking this accomplishment, this milestone in their lives, as they celebrate this moment, may they also acknowledge those who have helped them come to this point, parents, spouses, teachers, mentors, all those who have encouraged them along the way. But may they also be willing, Lord, to give you your due in all of this, in their life, in their heart, in their soul. May each consider carefully how to spend this blessing that is their life, that in return they might receive the fullest blessing from a life well lived in you. In Christ's name we pray, amen. You may be seated.
Good evening, and welcome to Panola College's 72nd commencement ceremony. For our graduates here tonight, let me congratulate you on your academic achievements and on the friendships you have built while here at Panola College. I also want to recognize and thank the graduates' families for their support and sacrifices. I thank our faculty and staff for their dedication to excellence. I want to introduce the guests on the stage. First, we have Mrs. Evelyn Sharp, Mr. Bobby Phillips, Mr. Kevin Smith. All three are members of the Panola College Board of Trustees. We have Dr. Joe Shannon. And sitting beside him, we have tonight's commencement speaker, Rebecca Cousins Brightwell. She's a native of East Texas who grew up in Timpson, and after graduating from Timpson High School, she attended Panola College and received her Associate of Arts degree. While at Panola College, she was active with the forensics and debate team, theater group, Green Jackets, Phi Theta Kappa. After Panola, Rebecca graduated from the University of Texas at Austin, majoring in government and history, with an emphasis on judicial affairs and legislative matters. While attending the University of Texas, she was employed at the Texas House of Representatives in the Speaker's office. She received her Juris Doctor from Baylor University School of Law. Mrs. Brightwell has been in private practice since 2002 with Finley & Bate and opened her own law firm in 2007. The firm is a full-service transactional and litigation law firm which represents mineral and landowner clients in the greater East Texas area. Mrs. Brightwell is licensed in the Federal United States District Court for the Eastern District of Texas and Southern District of Texas. She's an active member of the Oil and Gas section of the State Bar, East Texas Young Lawyers Association, Angelina County Bar Association, Texas Young Lawyers Association, and she is active in the community in educating the public regarding changes in oil and gas law and speaks at landowner associations and forestry associations. From 2002 to 2006, Mrs. Brightwell assisted in forming the Timpson Public Library District, including being a Board of Trustee and serving as legal counsel for the district. She helped establish the library district as a taxing entity for the city of Timpson and orchestrating the ballot referendum for the library district. Since moving to Lufkin, she has been active in the Lufkin Chamber of Commerce as a graduate of the Lufkin Leadership class. She is also a member of the Junior League of Lufkin, serves as a Board of Trustee at St. Cyprian Episcopal School, Secretary of the St. Cyprian's Episcopal School PTO chapter, and is a member of St. Cyprian's Episcopal Church. Mrs. Brightwell is married to Sam Brightwell of Carthage, a fellow graduate of Panola College and the University of Texas at Austin. The Brightwells have two children, Savannah Grace, who is 6, and Sawyer Lane, who is 4. Mrs. Brightwell is an avid gardener and enjoys hunting with her father in her spare time. Please join me in welcoming Panola College's own Rebecca Brightwell.
Thank you so much. It is truly an honor to be here tonight to congratulate each and every one of you on your success in graduating from Panola College. Tonight is a night to celebrate, a night to remember, a night to relish in this journey. You have spent countless hours of time, toil, and trouble for some of you to earn such a degree. Being here in Carthage brings me back to a wondrous journey of newfound independence, a quest for learning, definition of character, and to meet many people that have shaped my life in unimaginable ways. For some of you, your educational journey here today ends. You will go out and begin your career and use your trade to pursue your occupation. I congratulate you on that here tonight. For others, your educational journey will be much longer and more work is to be done. This time at Panola is a stepping stone to an attainable goal of a 4-year degree or a master's or even a doctorate degree. With that said, I must praise you on this honored achievement. Without your dedication and persistence, you would not be here today. Without the support and love of your friends and family, you would not be here today. So thank them. Your degree is something that you should be so proud of and blessed to obtain. We live in the freest nation in the world, the United States of America. But there are so many freedoms that we take for granted. There are generations of people that have walked before us that have laid down their lives to establish freedoms that you use every day, such as the freedom to live in a free nation without being enslaved, the right to vote, the right to a jury, the right to worship your Lord, the right to have the freedom of speech. I guess what I'm trying to say is don't take those freedoms for granted. So when you get that jury summons in the mail along with all those credit card solicitations, don't just throw it in the trash. You know, we really need you to show up and be there because your presence is truly important to the court system. When that next election rolls around, actually go and cast your vote because you truly do matter. You know, whether you're voting for a Republican or Democrat or that Tea Party candidate or some unknown black horse person on the ballot, you need to exercise your rights because that establishes our free democracy. If you like Facebook and Instagram, or whether you Twitter or email or use every app known to man on your iPhone, you know, thank your forefathers for establishing something precious such as the First Amendment. You know, even though the NSA may actually be watching you do that. Throughout your education, even your career and life, there's gonna be speed bumps. There's gonna be fast curves and unexpected issues that come up. I've had those too, but I've tackled them and made it to the other side. You too will face those challenges. Don't let life's failures run you over or quash your dreams. Don't let the next 50 years of your life pass you by and then you'll be sitting on your couch wondering, oh, what might have been, or I should have done that, or I wish I would have. Take time in your life now to enjoy what is important. We take for granted so much because we say, oh, I'm too busy, or I'm so swamped with work, or there's just not enough time. Don't use excuses to delay building the friendships and relationships that we honor. Don't wish later that you would have spent more time with your husband or wife, or your parents, grandparents, or children. Take that time now to actually read that bedtime story to your son or daughter, especially if they like dinosaurs and kitty cats. Take that time to go for that afternoon walk with your father and go squirrel hunting in the woods, even if you don't pull the trigger or even like the taste of squirrel. Because what you're doing is you're making memories. You're making memories in the hearts of not only your mind, but in the hearts of everyone else. You know, you may be thinking here, gosh, how could someone like her be telling us all this? But in my profession, there are so many people that I come in contact with, whether it's somebody that is being adjudicated in a criminal trial or someone that is filing a probate because their husband just passed away who's 80. I experience all walks of life, and I've learned a few lessons along the way. One of those is to smile more. Start each day with a smile. It is so easy in this world that we live in to be selfish, to be self-centered, cynical. But smiling, it brightens everyone else's world. Be a light in the world to change others. Spread optimism and energy. Surround yourself with people that actually make you better. And in turn, you will make them better. Listen more. Make people believe that you are listening to their cares and concerns. Because what really happens here is that you will listen. Care more. Make people believe that you truly care about them. And the only way to do this is to actually care. You have to reach out and tell someone that you do care about them, that you love them and appreciate what they do for you. Another thing that I've learned along the way is we need to help others that are in need. We need to dedicate some of our time outside of work, outside of family, to helping the service of others. As the late President John F. Kennedy said, fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Whether you are serving this great country or the local Salvation Army or building a home for someone who's poor through Habitat for Humanity, there are so many worthy organizations locally here, your churches, and back home where you're from that you could reach out to. Because you are truly blessed. Something else that is really important is when it is time to work, work hard. Take pride in your work because it can define who you are. Remember, real success is not finding that money. It's finding that true happiness inside of you. Success will not come from money and praise alone. It will come from using your God-given gifts and utilizing them to the best of your ability. And even after you have reached all of these goals that you've set for yourself, then life will throw you a curve and you will have to set your goals again and aim higher and reach higher. I'm sure you all know that Steve Jobs was a wonderful man that started his career at Apple. But did you know that he was actually terminated from Apple? He was absolutely and completely devastated when he lost his job. But to his chagrin, he had to start anew. He had to begin with new goals to redefine himself. During the next 5 years of his life, he went on to start a company called Next. And then he found a company by the name of Pixar, which most of you know. And then he met the most amazing woman of his life that became his wife. Pixar is the company that developed Toy Story and Ratatouille and Brave, all those movies that are etched in my brain because of my 6-year-old and 4-year-old. Pixar is one of the most successful companies in the world. In a spectacular turn of events, next, Steve Jobs' company was actually purchased by Apple, and he then again was brought back into the culture of Apple. And as you know, the rest is history. The technology that most of you use in your hands today, such as the iPod, the iPhone, the iPad, is what has shaped our culture and our worlds each and every day. But he had to fall in order to get to that point. And so just know, never stop setting your goals high. Dream and shoot for the stars. There will be obstacles in your life, just like Steve Jobs faced, like I have had to face. That's life. But to truly find that success that you're aiming for, you're going to have to love what you do. Just like I love practicing law. You have to find that niche, that thing that drives you to do more. I challenge you to find that. Not only find the thing that you love, but also find the person that you love. We spend most of our lives either at work or with our spouses and family. Choose your loves wisely. I hope that you don't have an epiphany one day and wake up 50 years from now and realize that, gosh, I wish that I could just do this over again, or I wish I could start anew. Use this opportunity you have today to wear that black robe and hat and take it as a challenge to move forward and make a positive change in this world. I don't want a do-over. Some of the best times of my life was spent right here at Panola College. Some of the people on this journey that I met at Panola truly shaped my life every day and did forever. It was in the theater department that I met this blue-eyed, really cute guy named Sam, who later became my husband. We fell in love here, and we would not have been together if Freddie Mason hadn't put us together in this dramatic duo and said, "Daddy's dying, and who's got the will?" I hope that there have been people like Freddie, like your professors, and other people that have touched your life here at Panola. And if they have, be sure to thank them. Be sure to tell them how much you appreciate what they have done, because their job was not only to teach you, but to help you along life's journey. There's going to come a time when you may not have somebody, your boss or your family or your friends, patting you on the back and telling you, "Good job, Rebecca. I'm so proud of you." You're going to have to find that within yourself. You're going to have to find that inner self pride to say, "I need to do more. I need to try harder." And I challenge you to do that. Only you will know if you have not performed or tried your best. Only you will. So find that drive to exceed life's expectations and do it with all of your might. Don't settle for mediocre. Excel and reach higher. Congratulations, everyone. Best of luck.
Will the candidates to receive the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Arts in Teaching, the Associate of Science, the Associate of Applied Science degree, or certificates, please stand. President Powell and the Panola College Board of Trustees, on behalf of the faculty, I certify that these candidates have successfully completed the requirements for graduation as prescribed by Panola College and the state of Texas.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the state of Texas and the Panola College Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the associate degree or certificate to which you are entitled with all of its privileges, responsibilities, and honors. You may move your tassels from the right to the left side of your mortarboard. From this moment on, you are Panola College alumni. Congratulations to each of you.
We ask that you hold your applause until all the names have been called. Will the first two rows move forward to the stage to receive your diplomas? All others may be seated. Graduation honors include cum laude 3.5 to 3.74 grade point average, magna cum laude 3.75 to 3.89, summa cum laude 3.9 to 4.0.
Brandy Shea Pierce, Associate of Arts in Teaching, summa cum laude. Paige Elise Gates, Associate of Arts in Teaching. Kelly Nicole Popham, Associate of Arts in Teaching. Kimiana Shantae Bowman, Associate of Science. Chandler Deanne Brooks, Associate of Science. Cameron Sean Bush, Associate of Science. Joel Stephen Dales, Associate of Science. Jalen Jermaine Hubbard, Associate of Science. Kristen Maria Kennedy, Associate of Science. Caitlin L. Lucas, Associate of Science. Brandy Lynette Lynch, Associate of Science. Leonard Henry Nichols, Associate of Science. Rachel Beatrice Record, Associate of Science. Rosie Marie Womack, Associate of Science. Tanya Marie Yo, Associate of Science. John Henry Zobjic, Associate of Science. Erica Denise Ballard, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Catherine Brooke Shillette, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Crystal Nicole Deal, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Carice Rain Dunn, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Cheyenne Ellett, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Danielle Elise Foster, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Pamela Washington Fountain, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Janet Adams Gerlinghouse, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing, magna cum laude. Heather Gotti, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing, magna cum laude. Whitney Renee Johnson, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Maddie Elizabeth Kay, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Zarthena Leary P., Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Misty Brooke Martin, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Kathleen Elizabeth Miller, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Mandy Lee Norris, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Tracy Lynn Piles, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Holly Nicole Tunstall, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing, cum laude. Tashana Avetta Wicks, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Teresa Ann Blackwell, Associate of Applied Science, General Business, magna cum laude. Sarah Ann Darnell, Associate of Applied Science, General Business. Piper Michelle Andrews, Associate of Applied Science, Health Information Technology, cum laude. Harry D. Bloodworth, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, summa cum laude. Kara Duncan, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, magna cum laude. Tatiana Renee Garrick, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, cum laude. Logan Delight Landtroop, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, magna cum laude. Diana Beth Lomas, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, cum laude. Wesley Allen Loomis, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, cum laude. Erica N. McCoy, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, cum laude. Courtney Marie Miller, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, cum laude. Amanda L. Neighbors, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, summa cum laude. Latricia Glenice Organ, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, summa cum laude. Gentry Lynn Page, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, magna cum laude. Casey Louise Patterson, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, summa cum laude. Megan Marie Penny, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, cum laude. Megan Denise Finney, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, summa cum laude. Chelsea Renee Reagan, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, cum laude. Sandra Patricia Rangel, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, summa cum laude. David Wayne Rentz, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, cum laude. Blake Anton Senka, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant. Caitlin Marie Sheets, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, summa cum laude. Marilyn Lister Thompson, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, cum laude. Joseph Whitlow, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, cum laude. John Norris Andrews, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology. Rodney Glenn Boniol, Associate of Applied Science, Industrial Technology, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology, Certificate of Completion, Welding. Morgan Cooper, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology. Channing Ann Evans, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology. Gabrielle B. Fincher, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology. Charles Gordon Jr., Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology, summa cum laude. Miles Holmes, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology, magna cum laude. Barry Keith Huggins, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology, summa cum laude. Mark David Jackson, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology, cum laude. Gabriel Jimenez, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology. Tyler Reed Langford, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology. Michael E. Lyles, Jr., Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology, magna cum laude. Alejandra Garcia Madera, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology. Jeffrey C. McQueen, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology. Catherine Page Morris, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology. Jaravian Jamar Mosley, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology. Daniel Thomas Patterson, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology, magna cum laude. Jennifer Marino Pugh, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology, summa cum laude. Brandon Colby Quick, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology, cum laude. D. Alex Randall, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology, magna cum laude. Roger Douglas Register, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology. Kenzie Mae Snyder, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology. Rachel Diane Stanley, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology, magna cum laude. Kenneth Cade Van Dyke, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology. Jacob Wesley Velleman, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology. Jason Daniel Wheeler, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology. Devontae Williams, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Petroleum Technology. Esmeralda Avalos, Certificate of Completion, Cosmetology. Bethany Louise Blanton, Certificate of Completion, Cosmetology. Emily Buckley, Certificate of Completion, Cosmetology. Chrissy McCary Clark, Certificate of Completion, Cosmetology. Nathan Clark, Certificate of Completion, Cosmetology. Stacy Lynn Davis, Certificate of Completion, Cosmetology. Lindsay Kathleen Dry, Certificate of Completion, Cosmetology. Sandy Nicole Dudley, Certificate of Completion, Cosmetology. Amber Evans, Certificate of Completion, Cosmetology. Amy Elizabeth Falconberry, Certificate of Completion, Cosmetology. Zoe Juez, Certificate of Completion, Cosmetology. Haley Kathleen Parker, Certificate of Completion, Cosmetology. Brittany Yarbrough, Certificate of Completion, Cosmetology. Jaleesa Charday Robinson, Certificate of Completion, Medical Assisting. Denise Armstead, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Carol H. Canton, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Courtney Leanne Chandler, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Tammy Childress, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Erica Dominique Clack, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Tracy Fountain, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Taylor Haggard, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Yolanda Renee Holman, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Sydney Desiree Jones, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Lynetta Latrice Kelly, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Constance Marie Lee, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Katie McDaniel, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Christy Lee Miller, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Brandy Nicole Moore, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Susan Ashley Moore, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Juan G. Moronis, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Brittany Marie Knock, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Ashley Brooke Parker, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Nicholas Tyler Pearson, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Erica Rabelyar, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Leslie Shaylin Roberts, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Andrea Lachey Swindle, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Ashley Monique Traylor, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Amanda Gail Watson, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Hannah Lynn Wendell, Certificate of Completion, Vocational Nursing. Please join me in congratulating Panola College's newest graduates.